On this training mission, we will learn how to navigate on the OV10A Bronco of Venezuela's Air Force, using the aircraft's Tacan receiver and fixed Tacan ground stations. The mission includes the following sections. Configure Tacan receiver, navigate towards Kabiliti Tacan station, navigate to Kutaisi Tacan station, perform a penetration descent, landing, taxi and shutdown, optionals. The approximate mission time is 20 to 25 minutes. Press spacebar to begin. We have paused the mission to instruct you on how to configure the Bronco's Tacan receiver. The diagram shows our intended flight plan. Navigate towards Kabiliti's Tacan station, 67 X-ray. Continue towards Kutaisi station 44 X-ray and perform a cloud penetration descent towards its airbase. Land at Kutaisi, optional. Press spacebar to unpause. First, let's begin by increasing our cockpit illumination. Turn the highlighted knob to illuminate the instrument panel. Next, turn up the console's backlighting. Finally, turn up the cockpit floodlights. Currently, our Tacan receiver is off. Turn it on by setting its highlighted knob to the TR position, transmit receive. This Tacan mode will provide both a bearing towards the station, and our current distance to it. The rec position provides only bearing, but in exchange it's passive and its signal can't be detected by the enemy. The AA position is used with aerial Tacan stations, like refueling tankers. For the first leg of our flight, we will navigate towards Kabiliti's Tacan station, which is set to the 67 X-ray channel. So, set the highlighted knob to 7, by left-clicking on it until the visor displays 007. Now, left-click on the outer ring, until the visor displays 067. Good, our Tacan receiver is now tuned to the 067 X-ray channel, the gray needle on the BDHI gauge, bearing distance heading indicator, above the receiver, should have moved and it is now pointing towards the station. The BDHI counter is now showing our current distance from the station, in nautical miles. Turn to the left, while maintaining our current altitude, above the cloud layer. Keep an eye on the BDHI, level the aircraft once the gray needle is pointing straight up, to its 12 o'clock position. Good, now fine-tune your aircraft's heading, keeping the gray needle pointing to the top. The distance counter should be decrementing as we get closer to the station. We are now very near to Kavuliti, so don't attempt to chase the needle as we get close to the Tacan station. Instead, keep flying straight and level until you notice that the distance counter begins to increase rather than decrease. You have flown over Kavuliti. For the second leg of our flight, we need to tune Kutaisi's Tacan channel, 044 X-ray. Next, left-click on the outer ring. Good, the BDHI gray needle should have moved to the right, to point towards this new Tacan station. Turn the aircraft to the right, until the gray needle is once again pointing straight up, denoting that we are now on course towards Kutaisi's Tacan station. The distance counter is now displaying the distance. Good, now fine-tune your aircraft's heading, keeping the gray needle pointing to the top. The distance counter should be decrementing as we get closer to the station. We are now very near to Kutaisi, so don't attempt to chase the needle as we get close to the Tacan station. Instead, keep flying straight and level until you notice that the distance begins to increase rather than decrease. Congratulations, you have successfully navigated the flight plan, using the Tacan signals from the ground stations, and you have now reached Kutaisi. Select. Press spacebar if you want to end the training at this point. Press backspace if you prefer to practice a cloud penetration descent and attempt a landing at Kutaisi. Reduce throttle to minimum, bank the aircraft towards the side that the BDHI gray needle is pointing, and apply nose-down trim to begin a spiraling descent, like the one on the diagram. At around 5,500 feet you will emerge below the cloud layer. The Kutaisi airbase should be visible on the side towards which you are turning. Reduce the descent speed to no more than 2,000 feet per minute. Congratulations, you have successfully navigated using Tacan and performed a penetration descent over the Kutaisi airbase. Select. Press spacebar if you want to end the training at this point, or press backspace if you desire to attempt a landing at Kutaisi. You have decided to attempt a landing. You may approach the airbase from either end of the runway, as you prefer. Kutaisi's altitude is 150 feet. Complete the landing checklist. Condition levers should be at takeoff, landing, full forward. Landing gear should be down. Flaps, they should be fully extended. Landing light set to on. Touchdown. Press and hold the propeller reverse key, while at the same time push throttle to max. Apply wheel brakes while keeping the aircraft aligned on the runway. Stop the aircraft completely, to be able to record how long your landing run was. Proceed forward and take the first available runway exit, which can be to the left or right. Well done, you may now select. Press backspace to practice the taxi to ramp and the aircraft shutdown. Press spacebar if you want to end the training now. Taxi towards the north ramp, as shown on the diagram. Park your aircraft on the spot where your ground crew is waiting for you. Once clear of the runway, flap handle up to retract condition levers. Set to normal flight, a bit back from their maximum position. Non-essential communications and navigation devices set to off, for example, set Tacan off. Landing light, as required for this mission, turn it off. Good, you are now at the north ramp. Taxi to your spot and park your aircraft facing the runway, as shown on the diagram. Well done, you are now at your proper parking spot and facing the runway. Select. Press backspace to learn the shutdown procedure for the Bronco. Or, press spacebar if you prefer to end the training at this point. Perform the following procedure in order to shut down your aircraft. Condition levers, set to their fuel shut-off lever position, by clicking on them. Power levers. On the real aircraft, you would set them to full reverse, but since the propeller feathering is not yet simulated, move the levers to their fully aft position instead. All radios and navigation equipment. Set to off. Currently the radios are not simulated and we have already turned off the Tacan, so we will skip this step. External and interior lights. Turn all off. Battery switch. Turn off. You have successfully completed this training mission, performing the Tacan navigation, penetration descent, landing at Kutaisi, taxi to ramp, and shutdown tasks. Good job. Press spacebar to exit the training.